Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Either way, I'm glad you're here with me today. Today, I've got a video for you using ramen noodles. They're cheap, they're easy, and they're way more versatile than you'd think. And apparently, they're pretty controversial, according to the previous ramen videos that I've posted. I've gotten some pretty crazy comments in some of my previous ramen videos. I've even got some nasty comments. But you know what? This ain't my first rodeo, and that's okay. I am saddled up and ready. But today I've got my lasso ready too. I'm not just saddled up. Got my lasso ready so I can rope some of those nasty, rude comments and get you on out of here. But back to the recipes. I've got 3 quick and tasty ramen recipes that are perfect for one person. Whether you're balling on a budget or just want something fast and satisfying, come on, go with me and let's go turn this cheap, easy pack of ramen into something delicious. I'm going to start this ramen recipe by getting me a skillet and adding me some olive oil. I've got this turned on a medium heat. I'm going to let it get hot. And then we're going to add in some frozen peppers and onions and some frozen corn. I had a subscriber email me with a version of ramen that they like to make. And so I am taking from that version of their ramen and I'm going to make it my own. But today we are making a Mexican inspired ramen. So this person knows who they are that emailed me this. I'm going to put my own twist on it. Let's see what happens because I'm doing this on the fly. Just got some peppers and onions. Because while I'm doing this, I'm also trying to clean some things out of my freezer, my fridge, my pantry. So that gets this gone. And now I won't get this bag of corn gone, but we're going to use some of this. It's already open. Throw some of that off in there. I'm going to add just a few more peppers. I have another bag. I keep these, so there we go. Now while my peppers and onions and my corn are getting cooked up and heated through, I have some taco meat that I had hanging out in my freezer, and it's still frozen. I'm going to throw that in there as well. And now you don't have to have any taco meat to make this dish. If you don't want it, just leave it out. I had it hanging out. I needed to use it, so why not put it in? Alright, I'm going to let that get all heated through. In the meantime, we're going to get our ramen noodles started. I've got some water in this pot on the stove. Now, I'm not putting as much water in it as the package directions call for. I am also not going to be cooking it as long as the package directions call for. So that is probably about 1.5 cups of water, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Back here in our mixture of veggies and taco meat, I'm going to add a couple of slices of these jalapeno peppers. Now, if you have fresh and want to use them, add fresh. If you don't like jalapenos, don't put any in. I'm going to add in about 3 of these. I want a little bit of a kick, but not so much that I can't eat it. There you go. I'm just going to get that mixed up in there as well. All of this is getting heated up very nicely. Still waiting on my water to boil for my ramen. I also have some leftover refried beans that are hanging out in my fridge. Now we're going to take a couple of spoons of these. I'm going to take about half of what I had left. And we're going to get that mixed in as well and let that heat up, and I'll see if I need to add some more. Now over here with my ramen pot, my water's boiling, so we're going to add these noodles in. I'm not going to be using this today. I've taken 1 pack of ramen. It doesn't matter what flavor. I've broken it up into smaller pieces. We're going to dump it in. Now I'm just going to cook these noodles for about 1.5 minutes. I don't want them completely done. We'll check them in just a minute. Now back over here to this pan. I'm going to add in some salsa. So I'm just going to go in with, I don't know, that's 2 large spoons. We'll go in with 1/3. And I'm going to get that all mixed in with everything else. Make sure everything gets heated through. It's been about 1.5 minutes, and that's as far as I want my ramen to cook at this time. So I'm taking it off of the heat. Now here's my ramen. I did drain it, but not completely. You'll notice there is still liquid in this bowl. I did it that way on purpose. We're going to take this ramen and we're going to dump it into this pan back here with everything else. Now don't worry, that liquid went in there too. You can see it in this skillet back here. I'm going to get all of this mixed up together. Ramen water included. Once this is all mixed in, we're just going to let it simmer for a few minutes. Now you'll notice I did not add any seasonings in. I think that there was enough seasoning in my taco meat, and the ramen itself has some sodium, so no salt, no pepper, no taco seasoning was added into this. I did add some salsa, so that does have seasonings in it. So I didn't feel like any was needed. Now you make yours however you want to make it. If you want to add salt, pepper, taco seasoning, whatever you want to add in, feel free. I'm going to let this simmer for just a minute. This has been simmering for about 1 minute. So next I'm going to take me some cheese and I'm going to sprinkle in some shredded cheese. Now I'm going to pop a lid on this and we're going to let that cheese melt down. You can kind of see through this lid that cheese is getting melted down, so we're going to take this lid off. Oops. We're going to turn this off and we're going to get this dished up. We still have plenty left. I'm going to set this over here to the side, put a lid on it. Now I'm going to dress mine up a little bit. You don't have to do this, but I have these things already in my fridge. I mean, they need to be used. So I'm going in with a dollop of sour cream. I have some tomatoes hanging out in there also. So we're going to add some fresh tomato. I don't have any lettuce, or I would do some shredded lettuce on this also. And I have some sliced green onion. And I also have some of this creamy queso sauce. I'm going to put a little bit of that on it. And don't forget your taco sauce. Okay, I think that does it for all of my additions. Let's give this a taste. Okay, y'all. This Mexican-inspired ramen looks and smells delicious. I'm going to give it a taste. And now you don't have to put all of these ingredients in there. You can make it even more simple than this. If you don't like peppers and onions, don't put them in. Don't like green onion, don't top it with it, or tomatoes if you don't like them. Any of these things can be left out, except the ramen, of course, because it's a ramen dish. Anyway, let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, this is really good. This is delicious. Thank you to my subscriber in Georgia who gave me the inspiration for this Mexican inspired ramen. Go make you one. Enjoy. To start this next recipe off, I've got me a skillet on this back eye and I've got it on a medium heat. I'm going to add about 1.5 tablespoons of butter into this skillet. We're going to let that start melting down. You're going to need 1 pack of ramen noodles. Now I've taken this packet out. You can use this if you want to. I am not using it. I'm going to be making my own chicken broth. So I've got about 3/4 cup of water in here, and I'm going to be using the Knorr Selects. It's a dry bouillon powder. And I know that a lot of you are going to say, well, that's the same thing as the packet. No, actually, this is not the same thing as the packet. There are quite a few ingredients left out of this. There's no MSG in this. No artificial flavors, no artificial colors, no artificial preservatives, and no added MSG. And so this is a little bit better than the packet. But if you want to use the packet, there's no judgment here. You do you, and you use what you want to use. It's just that I get the comments all the time that what I'm making is the same exact thing. And actually, no, it is not. So I prefer the taste of this over the packet. So it's a personal preference for me that I choose to use the bouillon powder over the packet. You make it how you want to make it. But we're going to get that dissolved in that water. So we'll have this ready to go as soon as we need it. Now to your butter, you want to add some minced garlic. I have this that I have in the freezer. I found this at Aldi and I thought that it was really neat that you could buy this frozen in cubes. So I'm just going to take one of these cubes. We're just going to pop one of these out and add it to the skillet with this butter. Here we go. I've got one popped out. Just going to add that in. Let that melt down. Now one of these cubes of garlic equals 1 teaspoon. You can add more or less to your own taste. I like garlic, but I do not like it too strong. And I'm going to be adding a buttery garlic and herb seasoning into this also. So I'm only going to use 1. So you're just going to cook this for just a minute. Okay, it's been a minute or two, and you want to go ahead and add your chicken stock in, chicken broth, whatever it is you're using. Now you want to bring this to a gentle boil. You want to go ahead and add salt and pepper. I'm not going to be adding any salt, but I am going to add some pepper in. Now this has come to a gentle boil. So you want to add your ramen in. We are just making a simple garlic butter ramen. This is less involved than a lot of my ramen recipes are, but I wanted something simple yet very flavorful today. So this is what I decided on. Once you get your ramen in, you're going to let that start softening up, break it down a little bit, and you just want that to cook till it's done. So it just takes a couple of minutes. Now I know that this ramen is not immersed in that liquid, and that's okay. It's still going to cook. It's still going to break down. I'm just going to flip it over. And you're just going to cook this until most of that liquid has evaporated. I did finally buy me some chopsticks. Not that I know how to use them or anything like that, but I'm going to try. Okay, so y'all will probably laugh and make fun of me, and that's okay. So I'm going to use these to stir this ramen. We are getting there with this. This liquid is cooking down really good. I think we're going to call this done. We're going to pull this off the heat and get it plated up. Now I'm going to add just a small thin pat of butter to this, really thin. I'm also going to add a little bit of this buttery garlic and herb onto this. I'm just going to season it to taste. I'll get that butter mixed up in there so it can be melting. Get the garlic and herb seasoning mixed in also. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of these parsley flakes on it. If you've got fresh parsley, that would be great. I don't have that, so this is the next best thing. Okay, y'all. I've got my garlic butter ramen. It looks really good. It smells really good. Now, I know I normally have veggies and stuff in here, and you can add that in if you want to. I just wanted something kind of simple this morning. So this is what I went with. Now, I got my chopsticks, okay? I can't tell you how well this is going to go. This might wind up in the floor. Now, my little dog's down there, so she's going to have her a really nice treat this morning if this goes wrong. So, but I haven't even practiced with these. These are fresh out of the pack. I don't know that I'm holding them right. Can't tell you. I probably should have watched a YouTube video before I attempted this. But here goes. We're going to try this. See, they're already falling off. Okay. Oh yeah. This is really good. It's got a rich taste from the butter and the garlic and the herbs. That's really good. I'm glad I chose the Knorr bouillon. That's one of the Knorr Selects or something like that. I'm not sure what exactly it was called. You can look back in the video. I showed it. That's the one I like to use. It's got a lot of flavor to it. I'm glad that I used the butter and garlic herb at the end, the kinders. This has got a lot of flavor to it. It may be very simple. You might be like, well, you're not showing us anything new. Well, I'm showing you something that I'm doing new. I haven't tried them like this. I always add all kinds of things to my ramen. This is simple, but it's very delicious. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. I'm going to go. Now, I know you've heard of a ramen with a peanut butter sauce. I've actually made one of those. I can't even leave the link for it because it's in a playlist. I've got numerous ramen videos. They have their own playlist. But I do have one where I made a ramen with a peanut butter sauce. Today we're doing something just a little different with this one. And I know some of you are going to be over there going, this lady has lost her mind. No, I haven't. Just hang with me, okay? Hang with me. Stay till the end, because I do taste test these. But today we're making a peanut butter and jelly ramen. Now you can use strawberry jelly if you want to, but I'm going to use grape. I don't have any strawberry open, and I don't want to open any, so this is open. We're going to use this. Let's get our sauce started. You just need to get you a bowl, and you're going to need you a whisk. Now you're going to need about 1¼ tablespoons of peanut butter, creamy preferably. I don't care what brand you use whatever you want. But I'm going to go in with about that much right there. I'm not really measuring mine. I'm just kind of doing what I do. And you're going to need a tablespoon of whatever flavor jelly you decide to use. Like I said, I'm using grape. Put just a little bit more. Next, you want to add about ½ tablespoon of soy sauce. And you need ½ teaspoon of either rice vinegar or lime juice. This is optional, but it's to help create a balance. So I'm going to use the rice vinegar, ½ teaspoon. Next up is ½ teaspoon of sriracha. I don't have sriracha. You can use red pepper flakes, chili flakes. I'm not going to do a ½ teaspoon. I'm just going to sprinkle some of these in here just to create a little heat. Now you just want to take and whisk this up in this bowl. I'm just using a little beater whisk. I have a regular whisk, but this one's small. It's just what I need. So I'm just going to take this and get it all mixed up together. And then I'm going to get my water started for my ramen. I just didn't want that ramen getting done before I had this sauce ready. So let me get this mixed up. You are also going to need, before I forget to tell you, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of hot water to loosen this up. But I'm actually going to wait, and I'm going to use some of my ramen water instead of just regular water, because I think that's going to help with the flavor also. So let's get that ramen water on. Okay, I have my water on for my ramen. We're going to get this boiling. I've turned it on high. As soon as it starts boiling, I'm going to put my noodles in. I am going to discard the flavor packet because I do not need that. Now I didn't measure my water. I'm just going to cook these for maybe 2 minutes. I'm not even cooking for the whole 3 minutes. The water is starting to boil, so I'm going to pour my ramen in. I broke it up in smaller chunks. Okay, my ramen is finished. I'm going to go ahead before I drain any of the liquid off. And I'm going to get me about a tablespoon of this hot liquid. And I'm going to put it in my sauce. I'm going to put just a little bit more. Okay, we'll see if that's going to loosen that up enough. If not, we'll put a little bit more hot water. I am going to use just a little bit more. I think that has that sauce loosened enough. So let's get this ramen drained and we'll get this mixed together. Now that I've got this mixed up, I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. Now, as always, you can eat this as is, or you can have an optional topping, such as crushed peanuts, green onions, sesame seeds, or even a soft-boiled egg. Now, I'm going in with some chopped peanuts, simply because this is what I have. I mean, you can see they're in a bag in my pantry, and I need to get them used. So I'm going to top mine with peanuts. Here's our peanut butter and jelly ramen. Let's give this a taste. Okay, y'all. Now, I know a lot of y'all are out there going, what? She done lost her mind. No, I haven't. I don't mind trying new things. And I love peanut butter and jelly. I love ramen. So, we're going to... And I do love the ramen with the peanut butter sauce. It's actually really good. If you've never had it, you need to try that. Still learning with these chopsticks, so bear with me. Alright, it's a small bite, but it's a bite. I got it on here. Let's go. Let's give it a taste. Okay. I don't hate it. That's really good. Shockingly, this is really good. I was wondering about this one myself. That's not bad at all. That's really good. I can taste the sweetness of the jelly. The red pepper gives it a little bit, just a little heat, not much. I really wish I had had some sriracha though. I see why you would need the rice vinegar or the lime juice to balance that out. This is really good. You heard it here first. Go give it a try. Glad you hung out with me for this video. Even those of you who hate ramen, I'm gonna go eat. Now some of you may wonder, does she really eat this stuff she fixes? Yeah, I do. Now I did switch from chopsticks to a fork because I was having a rough time. And I don't have time today to be trying to fool that. I got places to be. Anyway, I do eat this. This is actually really good, believe it or not. The sweet, savory, and that heat, they are balanced out. And I'm telling you, this is really good. So I'm going to finish eating. And again, I'm just going to say, go make you some. It's actually good. And there you go. Who knew ramen could do all that? Whether you're feeling spicy, savory, or you just want something different, these 3 recipes have got you covered. So if you liked this video, go give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite way to upgrade ramen is. Share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.